I'm Philip Morgan. I created the Indie Experts Specialization Workshop. If you're here because the workshop micro course sent you here, awesome. If you're here because you stumbled across this video on YouTube, also awesome. There's some links below that'll give you some context. Let's get going on today's lesson in the micro course. So today, you're going to set up 3 specialization hypotheses. In the workshop, you would have done at this point an inventory to determine where you have a head start, what your risk tolerance looks like, and where you have entrepreneurial theses you may want to pursue. In the micro course, which is a sort of microcosm of the workshop, we're going to take a simplified approach. We're not going to do that inventory. You're going to think briefly about where you might be interested in specializing and construct 3 specialization hypotheses that represent those guesses that you have about where you might want to specialize. There's a worksheet you can use. Make a personal copy of it, file, make a copy, name it whatever you like, and use this worksheet to keep track of what you're doing. A specialization hypothesis is a guess about what might be true in the market. You are guessing about something you think the market needs a specialized version of. The format is not absolutely critical, but we use this format. I believe the market of whatever wants fill in the blank. That's our specialization hypothesis. I've been doing this stuff for a while. I have a general sense of what the market does and does not want. I don't know everything about the market. The world's a big place, but I have biases. I found this cool website, wheeldecide.com. It lets you set up a sort of wheel of fortune spinning wheel to make pseudo-random choices from among a list of options. We're going to use that to construct my specialization hypotheses today. Coaches, that's our first market. Manufacturing, that's our next market. And biotech. What do they want? I've got another wheel set up for that. Serverless migration consulting. Okay, we have 3 hypotheses. The work of generating the hypotheses is done. A few comments. This first hypothesis is patently ridiculous. There are, I can't guarantee this, but I am so close to certain that there are no coaches who want serverless migration consulting. That is something that a business with an infrastructure that is cloud-based or even pre-cloud-based would want. Individual coaches, almost certainly not. How do I know this? Again, I don't. It's not a certainty. It is a very high probability that this is a unproductive route to pursue, even to the point of doing market research to see if there's any demand for it. We could. The market research is relatively inexpensive. I'm going to rule this one out. Second hypothesis, I believe the market of manufacturing wants IT strategy consulting. That sounds reasonable. That sounds like a possibility. We're going to leave this one on the list. The third, I believe the market of biotech wants software development process improvement. I have a lot of unknowns personally here. I don't know a ton about biotech. I don't know to what extent they develop custom software in-house or for others in the industry, and I do not know whether they feel that there is room for improvement in their software development process. But on the face of it, I would say this is a reasonable hypothesis. Again, all 3 of these were pseudo-randomly generated. So of course one of them, well, not of course, but it's quite likely that one of them is going to be a little bit out there, a little bit ridiculous, and that first one is. In the workshop, this process is informed by your personal experience, your access to the market, etc. It's based on your unique situation. So you're unlikely to come up with a ridiculous specialization hypothesis. And instead, you're much more likely to have several that are viable. That's it for today. That's it for this lesson. We just needed to generate those hypotheses. The next lesson is where we're going to start to do some building of situational awareness so that we have a better understanding of the context in which we might be making a specialization decision so that we can have a chance of making a better decision. That's what's coming up. Rest easy for now. We're done for today.